Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for March 15, 2012 to order at 8:03 p.m. On roll call, council members Castiglia.
Here.
Coletti.
Here.
Conway.
Here.
Lewinsky. Here. Falsino.
Here.
Work. Here. Mayor Moore.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for our prayer and flag salute? Oh God, Father, we ask you to bless this meeting which we trust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from all hearts and plant in a keen sense of justice and a greater love for you and others. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, just the public laws of the state of New Jersey requires the connection of each meeting is stated by the presiding officer. Now therefore be advised, the meeting requires of this meeting have been led by posting an annual notice in the regular packet in Brooklyn Park and Herald News of Brooklyn Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in the public place within the municipal building and notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted on January 1, 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to turn the meeting over to our fire prevention and our fire chief. They have some comments they want to make, and some distributions of what's given out for our posted comments.
Okay, we'll get started with the program.
This is our
Chief
fire
come up.
prevention chief, Monty DR.
Oh, okay. We'll have the fire chief come up and we'll start the presentations, okay? Chief?
Fire chief Mike Sue, Jr.
Mayor, I wonder if you and the fire commission can help us get out some of the awards?
Sure.
Just to give everybody a little update on the fire department poster contest here in Elmwood Park. We've been running this for many years, and Elmwood Park, believe it or not, has had numerous winners in the past. This year, winners tonight is actually the first phase of a three-phase program. These posters tonight will be going into the county to be judged, and from the county, if you, let's just say, win that area of it, you will go on to the states. And again, in the past few years, we have had our children, residents of Elmwood Park, have actually gone from the borough to the state, to the county, and actually won in the state. So we have had great success with this program. So the kids are doing really a great job. So we have the winners of the Fire Prevention Poster Contest for 2011, 2012. When I call your names, actually just go right to the front, grab your posters, stand next to the mayor and the fire commissioner, and just remain up here while we call all the winners up. All right, the Division 1. Sure.
This is the certificate that they will be receiving. Okay? So it's all in here, and there's another little envelope
A check for $25.
and a check. So if the little young person wants just a certificate, wants to leave the check.
By the way, the certificate's beautiful. It's prepared by the mayor's wife. She did a beautiful job.
She also combed my hair, whatever that's.
The Division 1?
All right, we're going to start with Division 1, which is a kindergarten through second grade. The winner is Alexandra from 16th Avenue School.
Where's Alexander?
There she is.
Take the picture so you're on television, and you take this and you hold it up so that this gentleman can put it in the shot. Okay? And then you put this behind it. Now everybody else is watching, right? Okay. Very good.
Okay, we're going to go to Division 2. Just you can step to the side.
Put the poster
You go
back.
down the other end, and you wait there, okay?
We're going to take a group picture when we're all done, all right? We're going to have Division 2, which is 3rd grade through 5th grade. Winner is Jacob from Gantner Avenue School. Here. camera too, you want to be on television. Our next is Division 3, which is the 6th grade through the 8th grade. And the winner there is Natalie from the Elmwood Park Middle School, 6th grade.
He's taking the still pictures. Thank you.
All right, next will be Division 4, which is 9th grade through 12th grade. Winner there is Sage from Elmwood Park Memorial High School. Here. Accepting for Sage is Battalion Chief Bill Shadwell. Division 6, kindergarten through 8th grade. Paris Vargas from Gantner Avenue School.
Accepting it as Mayor Moller.
Accepting is Mayor Moller. And last but not least, Division number 7 would be 9th through 12th grade, and the winner there is Desiree Ballesteri. Elmwood Park Memorial High School. Now, if we could have all of our winners just group up, have the mayor, fire commissioner, Pompey, go in there for a picture. How about me? Okay.
Very good. Why don't you all move in? Just a little bit.
Tighten up.
You want to hold these other two up?
And then look to the right.
Smile.
Good job.
Yeah, I need to take the posters. Otherwise we can't enter them in the county.
Thank you. How about a big round of applause for everybody? One of the contestant winners is Desiree Ballesteri. Her mom's here, and her mother and family, the mother is on our Board of Education, and the whole family's here. So, Sandy, congratulations to you and your family, and congratulations to you. And congratulations to everybody else. You did a good job. We're going to continue with our meeting. If you wish to stay for the rest of our public meeting, that's fine. If you wish to leave and go to the big party, I know that your families have all set up at one of the most expensive restaurants in the area. Excuse me. The winners are treating us. I didn't say that. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Mayor, at this time, the approval of the minutes. February 29, 2012, special executive session. March 1st, 2012, regular meeting. March 1st, 2012, executive session.
Thank you.
March 8th, 2012.
And have a motion to approve the minutes as indicated. Moved by Councilman Word, second. All in favor? I'm seeing what you're saying in the executive session. All in favor? I didn't know.
Ordinances, we have resolution 110-12, introduce ordinance 12-3 on first reading. An ordinance to fix the salary, wage, and compensation of police officers of Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, from January 1st, 2012 through December 31st, 2014. Be it ordained by the Municipal Council of Borough of Elmwood Park, the salary ordinance for police officers,
excluding the police chief, to be and the same is hereby as follows, as listed. And Mayor, I'd like to just note that this mirrors identically, I should say, the police contract that was ratified 2 weeks ago tonight.
And a motion, please. So moved. Moved by Councilman Castiglia, second. Second, Councilman Burke. Any discussion?
Yes. First, I 100% support the work of the men and women of our police department and take my job as their council liaison seriously. However, given the economic pressures we are facing at all levels and recognizing the significance of the salary and wage budget for the police department in relation to our municipal budget, this council sought to move the compensation package in a new direction. Over many previous administrations, items such as longevity, senior officer status, and salary steps have been negotiated into the contract. From day one of our negotiations, these areas have been the focus of our attention. I specifically asked the PBA what these three contract line items represent, and essentially was told they compensated an employee for time in position and experience on the job. So in essence, we have three contract provisions basically addressing the same thing, time and position, with no regard to additional capability, certification, or in other words, the employee's value to the organization. So as a summary perspective, the salary steps, which are in the order of 10 to 25% increases per year, can get a salary to six figures in a matter of as little as 6 years. In 2011, the contractual salaries for our current 2012 census was in excess of $3.6 million. Longevity, which could range from 1 to 8% of salary, depends on years of service, and in 2011 amounted to $112,000, or 3.1% of the contractual salary. Senior officer status is half the differential to the next rank for employees with 17 years of service. Senior officer status amounts to $60,000, or 1.6% of the contractual salary. For me, this is the most difficult to understand, because with senior officer status, we are essentially rewarding employees for not achieving the next level. So with this contract that we're discussing tonight, it's a 1.95% increase, and the majority feels it's the best that we're going to get going forward, and it's in line with the governor's 2% cap. But I say, is it? With respect to their view, I contend that when you factor in these other considerations and redundant compensation, we may not be within the cap. Further, the borough is only receiving token concessions in terms of longevity and salary step, which will only be realized when we hire new officers. Now, I certainly appreciate the PBA's point of view. I understand completely that they have to look out for themselves, their well-being, and their family's well-being. But in its present form, I do not feel the contract offers the best value to our residents.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to make a few comments if I may. I too would like to echo some of the same comments that my colleague, my colleague up here.
You ready? He made one statement, he's leaving.
Yes, well, I made it, but anyway, I want to echo some of the things that Councilman Boncino was saying here tonight. And I know when this process started, it's a difficult process, and I do want to start, regardless of probably what I say here tonight, will go a long way with our law enforcement, who I truly respect all the men and the women down there and what they do. And you know, when we, as your finance chair, when we started to look at these contracts and look at these things, we, as you may have heard me report numerous times, we tried to set all these up so we could try to negotiate them all together, because we all knew in the end they were all going to be looking. They all look to see what that one get, what this one get, and what that one get. So, and I can understand all that. I truly do. Remember, not to get personal, but you're looking at a guy who took a $30,000 pay cut. Today I make $30,000 less than I did 3 years ago. So I understand it, and I truly, truly get it. I know what it does to a family, family's needs and wants, especially when I'm looking at 2 kids going off to college, not too far off. But I truly understand that. But as your finance chairman, we've worked real hard in what we've tried to do. You've heard the mayor speak. Last year, we were very happy to work with our previous chief and redo the table of organization. We planned on different things that would be happening. As you always hear me say, we don't plan for today, but just get through this budget. We already have been looking at 2000's budget and beyond. And this could be echoed by all my colleagues up here. And that's what we do with our CFO and our auditors, to keep planning ahead. And when you look at what we do here and how this comes out and how it shakes out, you know, we try to look at all the avenues that are available throughout the governor's toolkit that he likes to call, or all those things, all those issues, and the 2% cap, and this is under the cap. And, you know, for me, the toughest thing to absorb or, you know, even swallow in some regards is, you know, we end up coming back. You might have mentioned, you might have recalled, if you caught me last public meeting, I told you that we start out on this 8-lane highway, and by the time we're done, getting it all down to where we have to get to it, what's available to us, legally what we can do, and what the union says, and what this says, and that says, we're like on the service side. You know, in this case, there wasn't very much wiggle room, as I like to call it. And as your finance chairman, it was difficult for me to sit through some of this process. Not from the policeman's side. I want to thank the committee members who represented their PBA downstairs. But when you look at it, there's a lot of issues that got raised on what's considered to be a full package. You know, in the business world, you say to an employee when you go to hire someone, your salary is X, but your benefit package is X, and this is X, and that. So you're really not making X, you're really making this much. Because we have to pay your benefits and any of the other things you get with it, a company vehicle maybe, and so forth. So, you know, all those things that get put into a total package. And, you know, one of the areas that we really looked at was those kind of things. And at the end of the day, you know, we have to listen to the best advice that we have. And, you know, this untested waters, I feel strongly that the governor has set up certain parameters for us to everything be inclusive. It's in writing, it's on his own website, it's there, it's in black and white. There are things that have not been tested yet, and that can be a very costly down the road procedure and so forth. And at the end of the day, you know, we tried to do whatever we possibly could in this area. So, you know, we have a brand new police chief. He's going to be unbelievably awesome. We've got wonderful men and women downstairs, and I fully support everything that they do. I just can't support this part. So, thank you, Mayor.
Anybody else? I would just like to make a comment concerning the police salary. We still have mining arbitration. We went through mediation, and we settled before we actually got into the binding part of the arbitration. Let's look at some of the positive things. They got 1.5% this year, which some people, myself included, may think is too high. However, it was 3.95 3 years ago. So they're getting half the raise that they got 3 years ago, due to the governor's 2% item. Secondly, they are now paying into their health benefits, which is the salary that they are getting is substantial. And they will be paying for another 3 or 4 years, Mr. Clerk?
2 more years, yes. They'll be, well, it's a 7-year step-up program.
It's a 7-year step-up program in which they will be paying additional money from their salary to offset their health benefits. So, although it may look like they received too much in the arbitration, what they gave back and what they will not be getting, because it's only half the cost, and they'll continue to pay for their health benefits. The town didn't do as badly as we did in previous years. And of course, we have a lot fewer men down there, so that should help us reduce that. But keep that in mind. It is binding arbitration. Some of the things that they've received in past years came through binding arbitration also. And I would hope that in the future, binding arbitration, one of the things that I feel has to be looked at again and again, and I've been asking it forever, is that we negotiate less for people who aren't even working for us anymore, who aren't working, not anymore, but aren't working for us, people who aren't even hired. And we should start cutting back on those people, not touching the people who work for us. They signed a contract to work for us, and they deserve to keep that contract, but maybe some of the newer people that aren't yet employed, when they come in, they will have less. And that's the way you pick up on some of this, by reducing the people who aren't here. Call the roll, Mr. President.
Roll call on the ordinance. Council members Castiglia.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Conboy.
Abstain.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Alcino.
Abstain.
Work.
Yes.
Motion carries.
I do want to mention one other item in our contract. We have, it's still listed because it wasn't negotiated out for whatever reason. The deputy chief salary is still there, but we do have a table of organization that was passed by ordinance, and according to our attorney, we cannot hire a deputy chief.
That's correct.
We cannot hire him, and then at the next negotiation with the police department, we'll take that position out because it shouldn't be in there in the first place. Just want to clarify that.
Mayor, I just want to also clarify that there will be a public hearing on April the 5th on this ordinance upon final adoption.
Thank you.
Moving forward, we have the resolutions on the consent agenda. Resolution 111-12, payment of bills. Resolution 112-12, confirmation of checks. Resolution 113-12, confirmation of payroll. Resolution 114-12, appointment of the Court Violations Department, Elizabeth Caceres. Resolution 115-12, appointment of Municipal Clerk's Office Deputy Clerk Barbara Despodo. Resolution 116-12.
Excuse me, Barbara Despodo presently works here. We have one of our employees, Joan Tully, who will be retiring, and Barbara Despodo is taking her place, so it's not a new hire.
Resolution 116-12, transfer of funds. Resolution 117-12, redeem third-party tax lien for KCC Promised Lands LLC. Resolution 118-12, emergency sanitary sewer repairs, Cadmus Avenue and Henry Street. Resolution 119-12, resolution to resolve the pending disciplinary matter in the police department regarding Thomas Giamacco, police officer. Resolution 120-12, amendment of the personnel policies and procedures manual for borough employees.
May I have a motion, please? Moved by Mr. Alcino, Councilman Alcino, second? Second by Councilman Work. Any discussion?
Mayor, if I may, I just would like to publicly take this opportunity to thank my current deputy clerk, Joan Tully, who will be retiring on March 30th. Joan has been invaluable both to myself and to my predecessor, and I want to thank her for her years of service to the borough of Elmwood Park. And I'm very proud to recommend Barbara Despodo to succeed her as the deputy municipal clerk for the borough.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Castiglia.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Chouinski.
Yes.
Alcino.
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Motion carries. And Mayor, finally, in the resolutions, we have Resolution 121-12, appointment of Municipal Clerk's Office Assistant Municipal Clerk. Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park, following name being is hereby appointed as Assistant Municipal Clerk, provisional status in the Municipal Clerk's Office, effective April 16, 2012, with a yearly salary of $30,000. Sandra M. Alagola of Little Falls, New Jersey.
Motion, please. So moved. Mr. Councilman Work, second? Councilman Stigler, discussion?
Mayor, I just want to say that this position, with Mrs. Despodo moving up to Mrs. Tully's position, this individual would replace Mrs. Despodo as the third employee in our office overall.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmember Castiglia.
Yes.
Coletti.
Yes.
Conboy.
Yes.
Chouinski.
Yes.
Alcino.
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening we have applications for the emergency legal.
The three appointments were replacements. We're running into a staff now that when somebody leaves, we have to replace them. It's just running out of position.
Application for American Legion raffle, bingo, and 50/50.
May I have a motion to approve both of those?
So moved.
Mr. Work, Mr. Conroy? Or Mr. Castillo?
Speaker.
All in favor? Opposed? So voted.
And Mayor, we have no departmental reports for this evening.
Okay, committee reports? Mr. Castiglia, you have to...
Oh, yeah, a little bit, man, I'm getting first tonight, man, that's great.
Go from right to left and left to right.
All right, good. I stopped down at Cadmus Ave. You know, we mentioned the emergency sewer collapse there a little while ago. I stopped down at Cadmus Ave about 4 o'clock this afternoon to check the progress. Colinelli Brothers is our emergency contractor. They've been down there, I believe, since last Monday or Tuesday. It was way down. It was very deep. They were down to, I think, 27 feet to find this sewer pipe. When I did stop down here today, the crew was gone already, so I didn't get to talk to anybody, but I see that the hole is filled up to just about 6 feet from the surface now, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. I'll call tomorrow and see what's going on, but it looks like they're almost finished with it. Like was mentioned earlier, that's going to be an emergency repair of probably $50,000 or $60,000. And like the mayor had mentioned, I guess it was last week, we saved some money on salt and snow, the absence of snow this winter. But it looks like we're going to be using some of it up here, so that's the way things go. You know, you can't plan ahead for these things. The planning board met last night. We approved 2 applications. We had 2 applications before us. We approved both of them. There's a Sprint store moving in on Route 46 West where the Verizon store was. Phone companies changing places. Verizon moved down a little further. They're still going to have their store. It's down closer to Pizza Town now. So there's 2 phone stores out there now on 46 West. Another new hair salon opening up, 454 Market Street. It's in the same building with the Chinese restaurant and the bagel shop over by the railroad tracks. That cross Market Street, just down beyond the diner, pretty close to Mandy's. I was reading something on the internet about, I believe it was the 350 project, has something to do with Chambers of Commerce. I don't know if anybody ever read anything on that. There's a lot of good information on there. One thing that they were mentioning, of our local independent businesses in town, we want to try to keep them there. I announce it here when there's new ones coming in. Mainly what they're saying, they have a lot of different ideas, but their main idea on there was to go out and try to find 3 local independent businesses that you want to keep in town and try to get out there and spend at least $50 a month at these businesses. You know, if we all could do that, we could keep our commercial zones prosperous, and you know, that benefits everybody. So give that a little thought. That's any kind of an independent, like a deli, dry cleaners, barbers, you know, diner. The ones that you know aren't national franchises, they're just locally owned. And I have one reminder, Mayor. The TVs and computers, don't put them out at the curb anymore. I saw some out last week. We can't pick them up anymore. You can bring them down to the DPW. The yard is open. There's a special container down there for electronics. The yard is open Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 3 p.m., 8 a.m. till noon on Saturday. You have to bring proof of residency with you, so, you know, not just anybody's coming along to throw stuff in there. That's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. I like your comment about helping our chamber out and we can donate some money to them every week. I do want you to know that I still pay full price for a haircut, so I'm doing my duty.
I think I'm doing a lot more than $50 a month, so just the diners.
Councilman Conlon.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of notes on the rec, folks, please. The few that are in the audience, those who catch us on TV, if you watch us, please get down to the Recreation Center. They have sent out some mass emails to those who we have in our database. You know, not everything goes in the backpack. Very little goes in the backpack anymore. So get down there already. Registration is available for summer camp. A lot of great things are going to be already planned. There's other great programs going on. So get down to the Recreation Center and look at those great, or go online and check it all out on the Recreation website section. Also, just to remind all the folks that if your children are planning to play either baseball or softball, final days of registration are here, so don't forget to sign up your children for either the girls softball or either one of the baseball leagues, so get out there and sign up your kids. I too would like to congratulate Joan for all the wonderful years of service. She's always a friendly voice on the other end of the phone, and I wish you well. You worked hard all these years in serving your borough with pride and everything else, and I just want to thank you for all that, when you get to enjoy time with your family and everything else. And not to continue it, I was kind of, wasn't going to touch on it again, but just some last minute comments regarding some of the things regarding what I abstained on as well regarding salary rate. Just a couple of last minute notes on that I think are important. I want you to know that during the negotiations, especially with the arbitrator who was assigned to us, I can't believe that in a municipality where the mayor is, for 40 years, has been very frugal, and we, as a governing body, have been very frugal. You hear us talk about that. Try to be financially smart. It actually, and I've said this already a couple other times when things like this have gone against us, we might as well go out and spend, and just spend and spend and spend, because it comes back to bite us. One of the things that they threw back at us was, the arbitrator anyway, well, you're fiscally responsible, you're under the cap, and yeah, you have 7 people who left, so that you have other monies. Well, don't you think we're ever going to hire anybody else? Don't you ever think there's maybe we have to, the chief, who I will fully support, there's a table of organization down there that needs to be, there's some holes that need to be filled. Those men that will be eligible for those positions will be getting raises and so forth, and taking in those, filling those spots. So, and can any of that money ever go back to the taxpayers? Is that such a bad idea? There's no savings. That money's going to get absorbed and soaked into somewhere else. So, again, not to have my tone be anger, but these are things that have me, and I, again, can't speak for the rest of my colleagues, but get frustrated during this portion. And thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Boissino?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. First, a couple of notes with respect to the ambulance corps. On Sunday, April 15th, between 1 and 4 p.m., the ambulance corps is going to have an open house at their building on Falmouth Avenue, and encourage everybody to stop down there and check out what they're all about and the service they provide to this community. On Sunday, June 3rd, between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., they're going to have their annual car show, and I'll do my best to hold this little card up, but I don't really be able to read the fine print. I have some extras up here if anybody in the audience wants to stop and pick it up. But again, it's Sunday, June 3rd, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Kmart parking lot, and the rain date will be the following week, Sunday, June 10th.
What's the first one that you
The open house, April 15th. 1 to 4 p.m. Okay. Usually by noon, they'll do some last minute taxes for you.
No, we have extra money. We have until Tuesday.
That's good. Now, relative to the police department, a couple of press releases. The first, on Tuesday, March 6th, detectives from the Elmwood Park Police Department and the Maywood Police Department arrested the individual wanted for 2 bank robberies, one of which was committed at the TD Bank North on Millen Ave in Elmwood Park. The other was at a bank in Maywood, New Jersey. Detectives from both departments worked together on the case, exchanged information, and coordinated efforts to apprehend the individual. And they have actually finally found him through GPS tracking of the cell phone. And after a brief pursuit, the individual was arrested and taken into custody. And he's at the Bergen County Jail where he remains pending his court appearance. On March 9th, the Elmwood Park Police arrested an individual, detectives, the Detective Bureau, as well as other members of the Elmwood Park Police Department, made an arrest after a 3-month investigation after receiving complaints of possible narcotics activity at the apartments on West and Linden Avenue. The individual was charged with possession and with intent to distribute marijuana, possession of marijuana, intent to distribute cocaine, possession of cocaine, and other drug paraphernalia. And some cash seized also as part of the arrest. And he was also charged with endangering the welfare of a minor and sexual assault. After further investigation, revealed he was involved in an inappropriate relationship with an underage teenage female. So again, on those 2 cases, I want to extend my gratitude and thanks to some hard work from our department downstairs. I spoke at length about the contract. I just want to congratulate the PBA on their new contract. The residents of Elmwood Park deserve nothing less than 100% effort on their part, and I'm confident, as always, that they will continue new Chief Johnson, in his new role. I'm certain that this support has provided for a smooth transition downstairs. And with the contract behind us now, my focus will be with working with Chief Johnson to fill the balance of the police cable organization, and also working with him to assess the manpower needs of the department going forward, so we can ensure effective and efficient policing of our community. And finally, Mayor, I'd like to extend my thanks to Joan as well on her service to the borough. I wish her all the best for a healthy and happy retirement.
Thank you. Mr. Boyd.
Concerning the police contract negotiations, I do have to agree with my colleagues. It is frustrating, especially when you're negotiating with one arm tied behind your back. But I do feel, considering the fact that we didn't want to face this arbitrating judge and his decision, we had nothing to gain by facing him. We did negotiate the best deal possible. Regarding the postal winners, the boys and girls, congratulations, good job, guys. And Joan Tully, Joan is a sweetheart of a lady. I know her quite some time, and I never remember walking in that office at one time without her being pleasant and brightening my day up. Never a negative thing to say, and doing her job to the fullest. Joan will miss you. On March 27th at 8 p.m., the school board will be meeting, which I will be attending. It will be interesting to see the outcome of the second reading vote concerning the reduction of the busing routes. On Wednesday, March 14th, this week, the Personnel Committee consisted of Councilman Work and myself, along with Mr. Kazmark. We met to interview the finalists for the Assistant Municipal Clerk's position. The finalists were all qualified, nice people. They seemed adept at possibly taking on the role. And we reported our findings to the mayor and council. This Saturday, St. Patty's Day, bring out the green. Although you have your green now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it. Although I'm not Irish, my wife and I do celebrate the day. We decorate the home accordingly, especially the corned beef and cabbage and potatoes. Don't forget the potatoes. Out of curiosity, I decided to research today and found some interesting facts that you might consider interesting. Here we go. St. Patty's, he's St. Patrick. He's known as the patron saint of Ireland. His real name was Muin Sucat, born approximately 373 A.D. At the time in England, Ireland, and Scotland, they were mostly under Roman rule, hence his Romanized name became known as Patrick. So it went from Sucat to Patrick. Patrick was the son of a Roman British officer. Invading enemies kidnapped him and sold him into slavery. He eventually escaped to France and joined a monastery, rising to the heights of bishop. Returning to Ireland, he then became known as the voice of the Irish. Being outspoken on his Christianity beliefs, he was arrested several times but escaped each time. He went on to set up schools, churches, and converted many to Christianity in Ireland. He used the three-leaf shamrock, Tom, I'm going to see if you know this, to explain the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Since his death at the approximate age of 80 years old, his legacy lives on as an iconic saint for the Irish and mankind. Next week I will be reporting on the Charles Lindbergh kidnapping. Oh, we did. Mayor?
I was just getting interesting there, Bob. I like that.
Yeah, I was just curious. I went on the computer, and there it was.
It's a computer.
Very informative.
The only comment I have is Dolly Madison, from wife of President James Madison's cousin, was Francis Scott Key. That's right. I care. I don't know if anybody else has. Sorry. Thank you. It was very good. I appreciate it. Councilman Schultz.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like also to say happy
St. Patrick's Day this weekend. Also, congratulations to all the fire poster winners. You did a nice job. On the fire department, there was no major fires, but the police had some unused radios we found out about, and they donated them back to the fire department, which at this time are being put to good use. And I congratulate them on their cooperation with the fire department. In the meantime, truck 4 is still down and it's been sent out for repairs, and that's about it for the fire department. The JIF meeting doesn't occur until January 21st with the Joint Insurance Fund, but to date, January, February, and part of March, we have no accidents in Elmwood Park, so our lost time accident frequency rate is 0, which is good for our premiums. Also, on another note, the month of March, in case you don't know, right now is also Developmental Disability Month. 1 in 88 children will be diagnosed with autism. And right now, Freeholder Voss is leading a campaign to make towns aware on a town-by-town basis. It's called Not in My Backyard campaign, where these kids need housing for disability, and a lot of towns shun away from it. She's promoting a campaign to put this forward to the towns to better educate people and welcome them open arms into the community. So if you see people like this, do try and help. Just on a short note, I did look at that score, Larry. They did finish the score today. They didn't camera, but they did jet it with the jet, and it's been running fantastic, so it's on there. And I'd like to also say that thanks to Joan Tully for her years of service, and congratulations on retirement for that. And lastly, on another note, different aside from this, I have something I'd like to read which has been bothering me and my family for a couple months now. It appears that someone who has a screen username called EP-Lifer2 and has been posting on the Elmwood Park forum. EP-Lifer, L-I-F-E-R-2, and has been posting on messages on the Elmwood Park forum, saying that a person with the screen name IMVP is Richard Truinski, and making false accusations and attributing them to me and my wife. It has been very harmful and distressing to me, and especially to my wife and my family. I want for the record to know, and the public out there, no way, shape, or form that IMVP is me or my wife. We don't go on that internet forum. I ask that if anyone in this room, in the borough, knows who this person is, who has been going online by the name of EP-Lifer2 and falsely attributing statements to me and my wife, that you let me know, or if you are EP-Lifer2, you come forward and take responsibility as an adult and identify yourself, because hiding behind a screen name like this is cowardly. Thank you.
Thank you. I agree with you, Mr. Truinski. You know, I get criticized on that.
No,
Criticized quite often. And,
you know, as a politician, I can take that, but when you bring your family into it, that's across the line.
the one person that I can, you know, and I really don't watch it that often, but I'm told most of the stuff. I don't like to watch it. But we have a member of our Board of Recreation, Mr. Richard D. Lorenzo, who puts his name on.
Absolutely.
He's man enough to, whatever he writes, he puts his name on. And I think that's one of the things that bothers me about these websites is you put a fictitious name on it. You can say anything you want to say, but you don't have to say it to their face. And I think that is wrong, and I remember going to court against that. Maybe you have to look at that.
Well, you know, many times we've been court for other things, you know, by other campaigns too, information and character. But when you attack a politician, you sort of expect some of this a little bit. When it comes to your family, that's unacceptable. Well, as most of you people know me up here, I'll tell you to your face what I think, and I can hold that back.
One of the things that I sued myself with is I'm a public official, I'm not a politician, so they can say anything they want about politicians. We are all public officials.
Yeah, we are, to a point, yeah.
Mr. Word, Council President.
Thank you, Mayor. The Elmwood Park Health Fund will be continuing to offer a free adult consultation and health clinics to the residents of Elmwood Park. The next adult consultation clinic will be held on March 20th, which is a Tuesday morning, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the private clinic room. The next child health clinics will be held on April 9th, which is a Monday, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Immunizations are also included, pre-immunizations with those child health clinics. The adult clinic is no appointments required. The child health care clinic, the appointment is required, so please call the Elmwood Park Health Department at 201-796-1457, extension 604, to set up your appointment. The Elmwood Park Health Department will also be holding a CMAC blood test on April 18th. The charge for the test is $30. Men's PSA blood test is an additional $35. And this clinic is also by appointment only, and pre-registration is required. There is good news regarding the Elmwood Park Health, I should say great news. The Elmwood Park Board of Health has been meeting with another local town, and I bring up its Lodi regarding Sharon, our health officer, and health department. Our health officer sent over a contract to Lodi last week, and Lodi passed a resolution last night endorsing the public health shared services contract with Elmwood Park. This shared service agreement will bring in another additional $44,900 to Elmwood Park to save the taxpayers of Elmwood Park. The shared service agreement will commence on July 1st, when I guess they need 90 days to back out of the Bourbon County health service sharing agreement. I would like to commend Denny Ritchie on meeting with Lodi to arrange the shared service agreement, the Elmwood Park Board of Health for their support for the shared service agreement, and Keith Passman for handling the financial end of the shared services contract. This agreement will be the second shared service agreement for Elmwood Park Health Department. The Elmwood Park Health Department will be bringing in a total of $70,000 when both these contracts are in force. So these shared service agreements are a testament to this mayor and council to pursue these agreements to save the taxpayers of Elmwood Park. And as everybody up here knows, we are frugal. We are looking to utilize our personnel to the best of their ability and bring in additional money to save taxpayers money. And the next item will be, the next homeowners meeting will be held on March 28th at 7:30. The meetings are usually held in the all-purpose room in the municipal building. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor, for that. I'd like to thank Joan Tully for all the years of service to this community. I'm going to miss her because she gives me, she's always calling me, reminding me of certain meetings I had to make, so I'm going to miss those calls. And I'd like to congratulate the children on the Fire Post Award. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to express my congratulations to Joan Tully and also and also Larry Dislegler, because he forgot.
I forgot.
And you don't love Joan anymore.
Nah.
And those of you who are here and those watching on either the website or the on television, if you've ever called up this borough, you get someone on the phone saying, "Joan speaking," and that's Joan Tully. Always very, very pleasant, always identifies herself and makes this community look better. She's worked with us a long time. She's a dear friend of mine after all these years, and always courteous, efficient, and will be sorely missed. Secondly, Mr. Porcino brought up some items about the ambulance corps. I'd just like to remind everybody, I received, I suppose you received a memo from the ambulance corps for a contribution. Please help them out. They get some help from this borough, but basically they're on their own, so please send them a contribution so that, God forbid, you ever need them, they're going to be there to help you, and they do an excellent job, and we're very proud of them. Mr. Chewinski mentioned about communities taking in individuals with their new homes. Anytime somebody comes into Elmwood Park, we have 3 or 4 of them now. One of the few communities that has that many, and we're always ready and willing to help disadvantaged individuals live in our community. And thank God to date, we haven't had any problems with any of the homes, and everybody seems to be, and I want to congratulate the neighbors. Everybody welcomes them and treats them as neighbors who should be treated in the best possible way. I think it was Mr. Calais mentioned something about St. Patty's Day, and I'm embarrassed because, you know, even though as mayor I had to do some shopping, and my wife mentioned that we should please go get the corned beef cabbage, the corned beef, I forgot.
Did you forget the potatoes also?
I forgot the corned beef, I have the potatoes. So I'm going to be in trouble when I get home.
Come on in, man.
I may have to move in.
I'll save you.
Is there anyone in the audience, I hope not, who wishes to speak?
Mayor, can I just say one more thing before we?
Yes.
It's early, it's only 10 to 8.
I know.
I think the clock's a little off.
Oh, I tried to reach up there, but I couldn't make
I
it.
just want to say congratulations to Barbara Despoto who's been working with
Yes.
us for a year now. She's been doing an excellent job. It's a credit to her to be our deputy clerk here. It's going to be real good.
Yes, thank you. Did we miss anybody? Anybody in the audience who wish to be heard? If not, I'll close the public portion of the meeting. Thank you all for coming, and wish everybody a very happy St. Patrick's Day, and do things that are sensible, and do things that make everybody happy. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Yelled out by Convoy and Castiglia, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so ordered.
My favorite, Mr. March.
Okay, so we're off the air.
My favorite, done.